All right, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Todd Frazee. I'm a new faculty here at Folsom Lake College. And over the past year and a half or so, we've been working on this new program called MITECH. And I'm happy to introduce you to it. And it stands for Manufacturing and Industrial Technology. At Folsom Lake College, and right now the courses are being taught at the main campus. In the MITECH program, it's a manufacturing industrial technology that provides an overview of engineering principles and technical skills for the manufacture of products. We did a survey of the programs that were available in the area, and there was lacking instruction for the manufacturing industry in a few areas that we hope to meet here with this program. And so the areas of study that are focused on in the program is, again, the generalist manufacturing industrial processes, computer aided manufacturing, or CAM, quality, and manufacturing planning. So that'd be planning, production, scheduling, operations type work. So we're rolling out an associate's degree in manufacturing and industrial technology, and 3 separate certificates of achievement. So the first certificate is paired with the associate's degree. And then the second one is in CAD/CAM programming. So it's computer aided design, computer aided manufacturing programming. It's programming computerized manufacturing equipment. And quality technician program. There seems to be a gap in the Sacramento region for training for people to quality inspect and quality systems for local area manufacturers. And again, production planning, which focuses on supply chain and planning of orders and scheduling equipment and efficiency. These programs are primarily based on a skills competency model by the Society of Manufacturing Engineers. And roughly for the larger program, it prepares the student to take their standard certification test for the Certified Manufacturing Technologist, which is a nationally recognized certification. For individual subjects, the NIMS, or National Institute of Metal Working Standards. And for quality, the American Standards Society of Quality also has standards and sub-certificates that the program's written to have students be able to test for those nationally recognized certifications as well. The main degree, the associate's degree, is a core of 38 units. It includes some business with a business 310, chemistry 305, introduction to database management. And one core theme through all of the programs is the engineering 312, engineering graphics, which is to teach not only the use of SolidWorks, but the use of drawing and symbols and interpretation of those drawings. The Maker 110 class for additive manufacturing, which is just something that's cutting edge and growing in the manufacturing space. And the math of this level, the curriculum somewhat mirrors the engineering program, but it's a notch back on the math. So the mathematics consists of pre-calculus level math and more management classes on organizational behavior and human relations. And the second theme through all the programs is this MITECH 300 class, which is an introduction to manufacturing and industrial technology. And that course is a survey level dive into the 5 different categories of manufacturing processes while a student follows a product from design to completion over a semester. And they also take physics and statistics. Coupled with that, we added a whole bunch of electives. So I think we added a total of 11 new courses to the catalog. One of them is materials and processes, then a production and planning and system design course, a tool and fixture design course, one on quality systems, and a series of two levels of courses on mechanical inspection, and then coordinate measurement machine operation and programming, which is a automation of measurement through a machine called a coordinate measurement machine. And then a series of 3 CAD CAM classes, so increase in complexity for the complexity of the machines that you can program. So we start off with an intro, intermediate, and advanced CAD CAM programming classes. The certificate version of this is a lot of the same courses, but it's only 18 units. And so a student could easily finish that in quicker time. So job titles that are supported by the associate's degree and the certificate are industrial engineering technicians, manufacturing engineering technicians, manufacturing engineers, industrial engineers, and I'll talk about the market data, but there was a significant need for individuals with those backgrounds in the Sacramento region. The second certificate's in CAD CAM programming. So it's an 18-unit certificate as well. And it requires, again, engineering graphics, Maker 110 for additive manufacturing, MITECH 300, the survey course, the tool and fixture design, and intro to CAD CAM and intermediate CAD CAM programming, with optional electives of taking the CMM operation and programming course or the advanced CAD CAM programming course. So job titles are supported by this certificate, is a CAD CAM programmer, CNC programmer, which stands for computer numerical control, and manufacturing engineers. The third certificate is a quality technician course, and we're really excited about this one because there isn't anything that's close to this in the Sacramento region. So a consistent theme we got from our advisors is that they're constantly having to hire quality folks out of the Bay Area, and the closest similar program is at Laney Community College in Oakland. So it's a 15-unit certificate. They need to take the engineering graphics class and the intro to manufacturing and industrial technology, and a quality systems class, intro to mechanical inspection, and the CMM programming class, with electives of taking tool and fixture design and intermediate mechanical inspection. So job titles that are supported by this certificate program is quality control managers, quality assurance managers, quality assurance supervisors, mechanical inspectors, quality assurance technicians, and quality control technicians. The final certificate that we've rolled out is also 15 units, but it's has a core of 15 units. It focuses more on the business side, so supervisory level or production planning people. So business 310, which focuses on business communication methods, the engineering graphics, a introductory database class, and then the introductory MITECH 300 class, and the MITECH 320 production and planning system design. So that class would focus on enterprise management software and scheduling software. MITECH 310, which is quality systems, and the electives, because this is more of a business operations focus, additional business and communication courses. The job titles associated with this one is industrial product managers, manufacturing manager, production planner, production control specialist. So in the local marketing, local manufacturing job market data that we ran was based off data from July of 2020. The North and Far North Center of Excellence, which is our region, provided us information, and entry-level jobs for industrial and engineering technicians and engineering technicians typically require an associate's degree. 56% of the people working in that industry have attended some college or have earned an associate's degree. And industrial production managers, about 29% of the workers have attained a level that aligns with the community college space. And the manufacturing industrial technology occupations are projected to have about 236 job openings per year over the next 5 years. From what I'm hearing from local manufacturers, the number actually may be higher than that despite COVID, because most of those companies are exempt from COVID restrictions. The entry-level hour wages in the region for a single adult, there's a really wide range, but it can range from $18 an hour up to $36 an hour for industrial production managers. So some of these programs are definitely appropriate for entry level, but also for upskilling people that are already in the workforce. And that's maybe too quick, but that's what I have for you today. And if anyone would like to ask questions, or if Greg, you'd like to add, we are currently running MITECH 300, which is the survey course that's required for all of the programs. And we are offering the introductory CAD/CAM class this spring. That course and program was the most adaptable if we have to go remote again for COVID. So
yeah,
so thank you. And
sorry, Todd. I think I posted in the chat the flyer that we used for our fall 21,
okay,
which the dates and the room numbers and things are obviously outdated, but the 2 courses that we offered this semester are the same courses we're going to offer in the spring. So just to give folks a flavor for that, and I think from my perspective, one of the great things about this program, which might be meaningful for this group, is the industry is concentrated along Highway 50 from Placerville down to probably Highway 99. Is that accurate, Todd?
Yeah, South Sac. Yep.
So there's a lot of firms in that region, and they're really struggling to get employees. And so I think there's a lot of job opportunities for folks, and for this group, you know, if folks are coming to our region and have some type of background in this area, I think this is a great opportunity for them. So like Todd said, you know, Todd can answer a lot of questions, or I'm here too if you folks have questions, or thoughts about how we might be able to support your program, we'd be happy to hear those and answer if possible.
Thank you both, Todd and Greg. If anyone has questions, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and go over it.
Hey there, everyone. Apologies, I joined so late, just had an overlapping meeting, but really am so interested in this program. So apologies if you've already gone over some of these, but wanted to see where you are as far as flexibility for start dates in these programs, or if they run along the semester, just because we're always working with clients, but sometimes we're having that initial meeting and they really want to start a program as soon as possible. Yeah, so just wanted to touch in on that. And then I've got a couple other questions, but I guess we could start there.
So right now we're running semester length classes. We may run a course in the summer, but I'm not sure if that's for sure yet. But yes, it's a 16-week program, I believe, with a full semester right now.
Yeah, and I'll sort of pull back the curtain a little bit and let folks in on the planning of new programs. So from my perspective as the administrator over the program, there's sort of a balance that I need to get. We need to get enrollment, right? Because we can't responsibly run a course with 1 or 2 or 3 students in it. So I'd love to be able to hand you or share with you a planning document that says in spring we're going to offer this, and in summer we're going to offer this, and fall this. We have a general idea, but specifically, if you think about the beginning CAD CAM course and the intermediate, not every student who takes the beginning moves into the intermediate, and so we need to run a couple of beginnings before we can run an intermediate. So like the beginning CAD CAM course and the MITECH 300, which is the other course in the flyer, it's our goal to run those for the foreseeable future and sort of build up awareness. And then as the students advance, then we'll open up the more advanced sections. That's probably more than you wanted to know, Luke, but at least we're transparent now.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And then as students are going through these courses and more open up, what are job prospects looking like throughout the semester? If somebody has some experience with maybe something in the world of IT or adjacent fields, that they just take this course, maybe it's their first course in the US, does that open up some job possibilities, or would they need to get deeper into it?
It could open up possibilities. Just because it's manufacturing focused, there's all these companies have IT groups. A lot of the manufacturing equipment now is moving to IoT and lots of automation type spaces where it's really overlaps with a lot of different disciplines. And so by having an awareness of the processes involved in manufacturing, sometimes that's a leg up, even for someone that's not actually going to work on the production floor, but if they understand how to schedule or how to work with the equipment a little bit, hopefully that's some exposure that gives them an edge over another person. Right now, just Siemens, they have something like 40 positions open for certain entry level manufacturing jobs in their South Sac facility where they build locomotives and light rail cars. And I've been working with quite a few Afghan refugees that have gotten on there, and they already had skills from their home country, but I was able to help them identify those skills that lined up with these jobs. And so I think that's some of the side benefit of taking the courses, where I'm not a recruiter and I'm not a job placement person, but there's plenty of network out there. But yeah, they're all the manufacturers that I've been talking to in this area are clamoring for people, and they're willing to do further training if they can find people that are interested in staying with them long term. So
yeah, and from my position, Luke, but obviously for the whole group, I think one of the challenges we face with all of our students is helping them recognize what skill set they do possess, and matching that to the position that they're applying for, right? And so that's part of this. Certainly wouldn't go out and ask students, hey, take one class here and then you're on your way. But honestly, that's a reality. If they can take 1 or 2 classes and get a job and start getting a paycheck, and then maybe even continue on and upskill, with some of the certificates Todd's created, if they were to follow that model, that's a life changer, family changer for these folks, because these are really well-paying jobs that there's a need for. And I would also help the group to understand our focus is on the manufacturing and industrial technology industry, but Todd, correct me if I'm wrong, that industry doesn't have very well-defined borders, right? It sort of merges into a lot of other things, IoT and prototyping companies, and skills and skill sets are fairly transferable across industries here. So like you mentioned, if somebody has an IT background, it might lead to other options. So I think that's definitely an avenue that we'd want to explore with some of your folks, or the folks in your program, is, hey, take a class or 2, get a job, do an internship, get in, start getting a paycheck, and then keep going, and move and upskill.
Great. Yeah, thank you so much for that. And Todd, I appreciate what you said about working with some Afghans that have that, more formal experience, but then making it relevant through these courses. Yeah, seems like it'd be a really good fit.
Yeah, and selling it in a way that, or helping them sell themselves in a way that the American company is expecting to see that. Yeah. What organization are you with? Is your IR?
International Rescue Committee.
Okay.
As of right now, is the plan to have these classes online or in person, the ones for spring?
They're in person.
Okay.
So
FLC?
Yeah. We ran 320, which is the CAD CAM class. We just finished the semester at FLC there. The 300 class, we had planned to run it, but we didn't have enough enrollment. That is actually physically at Oak Ridge High School in El Dorado Hills, which is only one exit from the main campus. We're utilizing their facility that they've gotten about $500,000 in strong workforce grants. And so we've worked out an agreement with them to share the facilities as opposed to us going after competing strong workforce dollars. So it's physically at a high school after hours.
There's some of the courses that could, because they're software based, could possibly translate to the online environment. The MITECH 300 utilizes a lot of really expensive machines, and so to get an effective skill set, you have to be there and use the machines in that way. So it's a great partnership with us and the community to utilize Oak Ridge High School.
Yeah, all of the courses except for 300 are approved for either hybrid or distance learning. So we just aren't offering them at distance learning at the moment. Although for the CAD CAM programming classes, I'm prepared to go online at any time. Should we have an outbreak, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Other questions, folks?
quiet bunch.
I can keep going.
Yeah, fill some space, Luke.
So also sure that you went over this. I actually have something I'm working on right now that expressed interest. Cutoff dates for enrollment.
Well, we're taking ads as long as we can, so I'm not sure when that actually cuts off, Greg. I don't know if.
Yeah, there's sort of I mean, to add the class, right, they'd have to go through the application process for our district and things like that. And there's sort of the public facing view of that, which we'll take students up until like the first week. We start classes, I guess Todd's first day in class would be the 18th of January, if I'm thinking right. Having said that, you know, if we're challenged by enrollment, and I don't want to hold these students hostage in our classes. If I know I'm going to cancel them, I'd rather do it a little bit earlier and let them go pick up something else. But in this case, I'm probably not going to look to do any cancellation until at least the 10th, 12th. And if you all, through Olga or individually, if you know that you have some folks who are interested in enrolling, they just have to get through our processes. If you can let me know about that I can factor that into our decisions, and you know, that might be a way to preserve the classes.
Great.
Yeah, we've had, I would say, struggles launching this program, because typically if it weren't for COVID, we could go to the high schools and recruit and all these things, and everything's been shut down. So we're handicapped a little bit there. So I'm sure we're not the only ones, but any other questions?
I'll ask a question. Olga, indulge me. I think we talked about this a little bit in one of our conversations, but am I correct in assuming that most of the folks involved in your program live closer to Sacramento, downtownish type area? Is that an accurate assumption? And I'm in context for that is, if in the future we look to offer some classes at Rancho Cordova Center, would that be more convenient for your group?
How about somebody from the resettlement agencies answer? You folks have. Go ahead, Luke. I see you unmuted.
Art and Arcade area, a lot in Elk Grove area also, but some in Rancho. So certainly a good amount in Rancho. I think more nowadays also resettling there.
Okay. Yeah, and we fully recognize that Folsom is not in the center of town or in the larger Sacramento area. And if Rancho is an easier attendance point for folks in your program, that's a pretty easy get from our perspective. We can offer a class that's software based there. The machines based classes were limited because of the machines, but we can certainly get a couple classes done at Rancho.
Thank you, Craig. All right. Todd, any chance you could put your contact info in the chat? And
Sure.
Questions after.
Sure.
All right, thank you everyone for attending. So most people in the room here were resettlement agency workers, so now they'll be spreading the word about the awesome programs. And I'm sure I can't make any promise, but let's say mid-January we'll know for sure how many people we have interested in your programs.
Yeah, and I would offer to anybody here, honestly, I was going to say Olga, because Olga and I work together, I guess, the most frequently, but I'm pretty easy to find at Folsom Lake College, and whether it's for spring or whether it's in some point in the future, this program is not going to go away anytime soon. And certainly, you know, I think your efforts are going to be sustainable for some time too. So if anybody has folks who are interested in the program, they can always reach out to me. Happy to have that conversation, whether it's one person or 100, honestly, anywhere in between.
Awesome, thank you, Greg. And sort of a very hypothetical question, but let's say, for example, a class doesn't fill for January. Is there a potential to do a second 8-week class? Or is it too much? Would it be too
Ooh.
crammed?
Yeah, it's a pretty accelerated. That would, well, the machines-based courses we can't, but for the software courses, that we'd have to really look at our curriculum and have a discussion about that. It would be a pretty intensive course. Not sure if that's possible or if it's in the best interest.
I'm not sure I followed the question because I was typing. What was the
No,
question?
if we could take a 16-week course and turn it into an 8-week course, if we couldn't get
Oh.
enrollment in January, could we do a second
Oh, okay.
8 weeks course? And I was saying that
Yeah, that might be a little tough.
I think the way it works out in terms of the specifics is that would basically be like a 4-hour course, four hours per day, 4 days a week kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Oh god, ooh.
which I have done with a similar course over a summer session, but we had planned it ahead to be that. And yeah, it was a software based. The one where we're renting the facility from the high school, we have to work around when they have needs to establish our schedule, and that's established 6 months in advance. So it'd be nice, but if we were pushing students away and had long enrollment waiting lists, that would be when we'd be able to do that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful to know. All right. Okay, well, if anyone has questions later, you can always reach out to me or directly to Craig and Todd. And thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Greg, for presenting. I think we have a question. Shamla, you got a question?
We had a hand. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Shamla Sadit Missouri, and I'm working with Olga as a peer monitor in Dury, so with the refugee career pathways. My question is that from Todd. So for the refugees who came from the country from Afghanistan right now, they came like 1-2 years ago. So what kind of education level have to be to join for these classes? So and also you guys just offering this course right now in a Folsom, or also are you offering to other campuses as well?
Well, the courses right now are the programming classes at the Folsom main campus, and the other classes at Oak Ridge High School, which is one exit up from the main campus. I'm not sure how to answer the education level question because I'm not familiar with the entrance requirements for FLC. Greg, do you?
Yeah, so it's all the courses are written as college level courses.
Mm-hmm.
Many of the upper level courses have prerequisites of the lower level courses, but if you're just looking at the entry level MITECH courses,
Mm-hmm.
correct me if I'm wrong, Todd, they don't have prerequisites. That said, I think your question was more about sort of general academic skills and background.
Yes.
There is better. Having said that, I think there might be a balance, right? If the deeper their background from their home country, that could compensate with some English challenges. So
yeah,
hopefully that helps.
Yeah, there's a significant amount of industry jargon, if you call it, or vocabulary that's can be a little daunting. But yeah, like Greg said, it really depends on where the person came from. I worked with one individual that he was a quality inspector for the U.S. Army in Afghanistan, so that his skills transferred right over. He was able to pick up what I was teaching very quickly. It was a matter of learning American units instead of metric. But some of the instructional materials, the textbooks is a college level textbook, but some of the supporting text is 9th or 10th grade reading level. So.
Mhm. Okay, so because some of my clients I know, and also in junior question, they are graduated from the college already, but they just want to,
Right.
do again for this courses. So do they qualify for this one or not?
Yeah. Again, the entry level courses definitely. Some of the advanced level courses, I guess my default answer would be no. If you take the 3 CAD CAM programming courses, right? So 320 is the initial one, they could jump in there. Unless they have sufficient technical background, I don't think they could jump into 321 because it assumes you know everything about 320. And
Yes.
Similarly for the advanced one, I can envision a scenario where someone might have those technical skills, and certainly we'd be open to having a conversation to get them in the right place, and to avoid having them go through concepts and skills that they already had. But we obviously don't want to put them in a situation where it's not the best fit for them.
Yeah. So those courses that Greg's speaking to is they're intended to be a progression, and they use the same software. So it's SolidWorks and HSM Works, which is a machining software. So unless the person's had significant experience with HSM Works and SolidWorks, I don't think we would progress them beyond they need to take the track. But
and those are industry software, right, Todd?
Yeah, those are SolidWorks is probably the most dominant design software in the mechanical world for product development for small to medium sized companies. And then HSM Works is one of the more popular softwares that runs on top of that. So it runs within SolidWorks. So.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, last call for questions.
And I did post my the number there I posted is my mobile phone, so feel free to text me there too. I teach at more than one place, so I'm a little hard to get a hold of sometimes. So
yeah, and I left my number, but certainly if you want to forward any inquiries to Olga and she can just forward them on to me, that's perfectly okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you everyone for spending the Monday afternoon with us.
Yep. Well, thank you for listening.
Awesome.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for having us.